This is one of the examples that we can take is not being taken seriously, and the government has no intervention to it in order to find out whether the language is being used in the schools and whether that language is supposed to be the language that should be in the perimeters of the guidelines of Islam. For example, the language used in the schools is not being prohibited, which is supposed to be rude language or slang language, because then the students are picking up those slangs and using them in their daily life, and also using rude language such as abusing people and being violent in their speech. So these things people are learning from the schools, and this is developed throughout in their educational system. And this is unfortunately also coming from the teachers, that the teachers also use impolite language, rude language, and sometimes they also abuse in front of the students. So this is no way considered to be in the parameters of Islam or in the parameters of the faith of the people that they are following. So the student achievement will rise when teachers will spend more time in their class with their students and using language which is appropriate to be used, whether it is English, Urdu, or any other language. Language use is not only to be considered when we are talking about a foreign language such as English. Even if we are talking about our own language, Urdu being the official language of Pakistan or the national language of Pakistan, even there we need to take care that we are using the proper words and proper pronunciation of the words, and we are not abusing our language. Even if we are talking in our provincial languages, still we have to apply the same principle, because that is the basic principle of Islam, that we need to be polite with others and we need to avoid any rude statements to be giving to other people or commenting in a rude manner to anyone, even if he or she is the member of your own family. There is a complete understanding of this cultural value which comes from the basic belief of Muslims that no man should be hurt by anybody's words. So words which are spoken for other people are supposed to be something very important. But how many teachers really give importance to this feature? And how many schools are really taking care of it, that the language used in the classroom, whichever language is according to the parameters and it is according to the understanding and guidelines given in Islam. How much is the government taking care of it? What about the media, the language used in the media? Is it being controlled and censored in a way where the young people would not be using rude language or slangs which are associated to be rude or frank? Probably they think it is being frank, but honestly speaking, it is not being frank or friendly. You can be frank and friendly by using good words and good language in order to communicate with others. That is what Islam teaches us. And it is the responsibility of the government to look at it. In addition, teachers in good schools more often use student translators to make their presentations understood by people speaking other languages. So if the teachers they are using other languages in the school, that is a good thing to be done in the school, because that means the teachers are giving importance to all other languages. So nobody is getting in complex that the language used, which is restricted in the school, is just one language to be used. So that means when schools which are based on good principles, they are making everybody feel important and they are considering the usefulness of all languages. And these languages, when translated by the teacher, should also be in the parameters of Islam, and it should be polite language. If the teachers are unable to translate the language in another language while they are teaching their subjects, then the student translators who are doing that should be told that they need to use polite language, they need to use good words, so that their language, when is introduced to other people who do not know the language, they also come to know that it is a language with the use of proper words, and the language use which is taking place in the class is according to the beliefs and understandings of Islam. And there is a good practical example of using good language in the class, and this is happening in some of the good schools which are taking care of it, that language use is very important, with its use to be appropriate and very courteous for all people.